Good Sunday afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schiffer here, live from the First Alert Digital Desk, where we're always live Monday through Fridays, right around 2 p.m. And every once in a while, you'll get a weekend stream, just like we're having right now. I hope everyone's had a pretty nice weekend. I know that weather has stayed nice, and I hope everyone can hear me. As always, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, on our website at wnem.com/livestream. You can also watch us on Roku TV, Apple TV, just any device really you can watch us on. But again, I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. As always, if you have any questions, head over to our Facebook page, WNEM TV5 News. There, I'll try to answer any of your questions to the best of my ability. Obviously, if you try to answer something maybe out of our area, I haven't always looked at the weather outside of our area or even across the country. I'll try my best, though, to answer them as we get going throughout much of this stream. We're just going to be talking about what's going on right now, what to expect as we head to the new work week, as long as some rain chances and thunderstorm chances that we have on Monday. So, starting this off, looking at our sky tracker, what we see is not very much. We're actually looking to be pretty sunny. There was some rain chances to the far northwest as a line moves across sort of Lake Michigan. A good thing is that line has really started to struggle over the last really hour or so, and you can see that here. As it reaches Lake Michigan, it really just dies out. So I'm not going to count out some very light rain in the far northern portions of the state, but a majority of that is going to miss us up until about, we'll say, midday tomorrow. Then we'll get some more development and see some more showers and thunderstorms possible as we get into your Monday afternoon. Let's take a look outside real quick. We'll start off looking down to downtown Detroit, where the Tigers are actually in town playing the Twins. That game just started a little while ago, primetime game for the night for Sunday Night Baseball. And the Tigers actually have taken the lead down there in downtown Detroit. Looks like Kerry Carpenter hit a home run, so typical of him when we get to this time of year. And then obviously School pitching first inning through that game. I know he was hitless. Looks like he had 2 strikeouts in that first inning on, well, it looks like 15 pitches, so a good start for him if you're a Tigers fan, just like I am. But good, nice afternoon if you're someone out at the ballpark. If you have family members out at the ballpark tonight, you have a very nice day for some baseball. We'll take a look also at Holton Lake up to the north, where another place where I think a lot of people were getting active for this afternoon. And, well, we had more boats on the lake just a little bit ago. At this point, just one lake out there, one boat out there in the distance. But obviously a great weekend to get out there on the lake with temperatures in the 80s yesterday, closer to the 90s today. And hopefully we can hold on to that. I know there's some rain chances tomorrow, so you may want to avoid getting on the lake. But really the rest of the week after that does look to be pretty nice. We'll get back on our sky tracker here. And again, what we see, maybe here, we'll see if it takes. There it goes. It did take. Again, relatively clear skies. There's some light clouds trying to develop, but otherwise, you're looking to be in the good, and that should be the case for the next, really, we'll say 12 hours before we do get another rain chance developing late tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon, and you will have some thunderstorms with that chance. Now, did zoom in on that. We'll take a look at temperatures across the board. You still have some areas along the shorelines that are a little bit cooler. Harbor Beach, 73. Port Sanilac at 74. There was a northeast wind at some point today. That may help you keep a little bit cooler, but not by much. Lots of areas mid to upper 80s. That's a good improvement. If you're someone that likes that warmer weather. And we had a question from Aaron, what will the humidity be like this upcoming week? And I actually will tell you, it does look like humidity will improve by about Tuesday into Wednesday. Dew points look to drop. I'll have more details on that in just a second, but just for a quick little answer there is some improvement. We're still going to be humid. I don't think we're totally getting rid of our sort of moisture levels in the atmosphere, but it's a lot better than what we had for this week and what we'll have for tomorrow. Again, more details on that in here in just a second, but when we take a look at our dew points right now, definitely a humid day, a mid to upper 60s, lower 70s. It's a sticky one out there. You're definitely feeling that moisture in the atmosphere as you're getting out and about here on your Sunday afternoon. Hopefully it's not ruining anyone's plans, but some people obviously don't enjoy that moisture in the atmosphere rising our dew points as we get through this afternoon. It looks like we'll stay in those mid to upper 60s, lower 70s through tonight into Monday. And again, should start to see a flip back to drier conditions, at least in terms of dew points being a little bit lower as we get to about Wednesday. Winds right now, again, have started to sort of change. They were a little bit out of the sort of north-northeast, and now they're mostly out of the south-southwest, right around 5 to 15 miles per hour. So definitely seeing winds stay relatively calm today. Still a nice breeze. I think we'll see wind gusts at times this afternoon up to, we'll say, 15 to 20 miles per hour. But for the most part, those calm winds look to stay steady. For your evening planner, as we get through the next hour or so, temperatures will start to drop. We'll be back into those lower 80s by about 9 to 10 p.m. and then have 70s throughout a majority of the night. So it's another warmer night if you're someone that doesn't like having those warmer temperatures outside. Definitely not the most favorable night for you because we will stay most likely in the 70s. Some areas will get into the 60s. We take a look at precipitation chances for the new work week. Definitely looks to be Monday. Now, yesterday, if you watched our shows on TV5, you did see that there was a rain chance on Thursday. I think that rain chance is backed off just a little bit. I'm not going to totally count it out. I know I've lowered it here. We'll see how things develop. It may start to come back. Our short-term models haven't reached that far yet. Those will give us a good idea. A lot of those short-term models are very good when it comes to convection or thunderstorms. So it may be a pop-up isolated thing Thursday, and then our next rain chance after Monday or even that small chance Thursday looks to be Saturday into Sunday. That's another one, still some question marks with. Models aren't for sure moving it into the region, but I think there is going to be a chance of seeing some isolated stuff as we get into next weekend. So hopefully we can enjoy 4th of July because I know that's on Friday and a lot of people are going to want to get out there. A good thing, again, is that Thursday chance has backed off just enough that I've taken it off our 7-day for now. It may have to get re-added. It's a very small chance. Some models are still suggesting we could see some pop-up chances. Well, we'll just take another quick look at our forecasted highs for the next 10 days. Again, tomorrow looks to be the hottest of the bunch. We'll be back into those 80s for Tuesday, all the way through really the next 9 days. Now, next Saturday does have a chance of getting back into the 90s, I think. Again, we're pretty far out. Our models, after about 7 days, can sometimes sort of flip at times as we get closer. They give you a good idea, but sometimes the idea can change, especially if you get an influence like a low pressure system that maybe develops quickly through the midweek. That can change things, especially towards our temperatures towards next week. But for now, it looks like widespread 80s starting really today or tomorrow all the way through maybe the next week or so. So that's always a good thing for those people that want to avoid the 90s like we had today in some areas across the state. Going to take a quick break right now. When I return, I'll be looking at temperatures for the next couple of days. Again, I'll have updates on dew points for anyone that's wanting those cool down and dew points. And we'll also be just looking at rain chances, maybe a severe weather chance for our Monday. Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here, live from the First Alert Digital Desk, where if you miss out on our weather hits during our TV shows, you can always watch us at 2 p.m. Monday through Fridays, where your First Alert weather team will be keeping you up to date with weather going on around the region and maybe even around the state if it's a sort of large pattern that's going on. And I thank everyone for joining me here on this Sunday. We will do streams every once in a while on the weekends, especially if our 6 p.m. a.m. It gets taken over by golf. Golf won out today. I think they went to 5 or 6 holes in overtime. They're down in Detroit for the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So that ended up shortening us for today. But we're here live at the First Alert Digital Desk. Again, thank you for everyone for joining us. If you have questions, you can always head over to our Facebook page, WNEM TV5 News. I'll try to answer that as we get those sent my way. Now, take a look at our lows for tonight. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s and mid to upper 60s. Again, it's a warmer night. It's above average by almost 10 degrees. We can see this time of year, average lows are right around 61. So definitely a warmer night than what we saw last night, where clear skies and even a cooler day helped us a little bit cooler. But we are going to stay warmer today, just with those warmer temperatures. So definitely, if you have a fan, turn on the AC if you're someone that doesn't like to sleep in those warmer conditions, because definitely going to be a warmer one. As we get into your Monday, definitely looks to be another hot day. Temperatures back into those mid to upper 80s. Could see a few lower 90s. I'm not going to count that out. I think the chance for 90s is a little smaller tomorrow than what we had for today, but it's definitely something you can notice. Definitely in areas that don't see as much rain in the afternoon. If you can avoid any of those pop-up showers or thunderstorms, you may actually get to the 90s tomorrow. But I do think eventually we'll get some chances of showers, and that will keep you cool. Really won't help you build any temperature throughout much of Monday afternoon. And now we get to dew points. I know there's been some questions, including here on this chat, but even on our Facebook post or anything like that. I know we've all here at the TV5 First Alert Weather Team have gotten questions about the dew points, because it's not, I know not many people like when it's sticky. We're Michigan. We're not used to that. We're not Louisiana, where it gets really sticky. We're not any of those southern states that right there on the Gulf just get a lot of moisture. But we do every once in a while get a period in the summer that we get that chance. And the last really week, 2 weeks has been that chance. We look at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and what we see is dew points mid to upper 60s. So definitely going to be sticky. You're definitely going to feel it out there as you're getting out and about in the morning. And in the afternoon, it really doesn't have much change. Mid to lower 70s, mid to upper 60s. So definitely sticky through your Monday afternoon. You're going to feel it. This will help fuel some of those thunderstorms as well. So really a good sign that we're going to have thunderstorms. Dew points upper 60s, lower 70s, and warmer temperatures. If you want to know when we could see thunderstorms, that's your recipe right there. Still some other things are needed, but that's always a good tell of thunderstorms. Now, as we get to Tuesday morning, you can sort of see here, there is already some drier air starting to move in. Dew points dropping to the 50s. That's a lot better. They're still sticky at times, but a big improvement from those 60s and 70s, and this is just being reset. We have a low pressure system that's looking to move through sort of the upper peninsula tomorrow. It's going to bring our rain chance, but also help maybe move in some drier air that's going to drop our dew points, drop our moisture levels, and that humidity. So this is Wednesday, 5 a.m. Still looking upper 60 or upper 50s, lower 60s. So definitely not as sticky, but we're not done with the moisture. It's still going to be there even by Wednesday afternoon, those mid to lower 60s. While it's an improvement for what we even have today, it's still going to be noticeable. You're still going to feel it in the air. And then by Friday, or Thursday afternoon, if you're someone that lives up north, you actually do have some drier air that looks to move in. You got dew points in the 40s, so that's a big difference from what we had today. And then by the time we hit Friday morning, it does look like that will be our driest pattern across the state. I will say it does look like dew points are definitely going to jump back up for next weekend. Again, there is just signals we could have another sort of moisture transport into the region. And so dew points definitely going to be on the lower, higher side for next weekend. But Friday morning, dew points, humidities, going to be on the lower end. So enjoy that Friday morning. Should get some sunshine, should be on the drier end of what we see or what we've been seeing. Sky Tracker right now, again, going back to this, there isn't much to see. We are clear. If you've been outside today, which I imagine many of us have been, you're seeing sunshine. We'll continue to see that sunshine over the next, really, 3 hours till we get to sunset. Sunset's right around 9:20, 9:10-ish. And even then, you'll have twilight beyond that for a while. Again, just keep an eye out to the west, because this is an area that's had a lot of thunderstorms into Wisconsin. Had a few severe thunderstorms, but it does look like we continue to see this trend as that wave hits Lake Michigan, it just really dies out. So if we could continue that trend, we should be dry a majority of tonight. I think our next rain chance definitely comes about midday tomorrow. We actually will see that here on our hour by hour. We're dry through the night. There will be some cloud cover, and I'm not going to count out a quick sprinkle. If something can live across Lake Michigan, you will see a chance of some quick rain. But by 6 a.m., a majority of the state should be looking at some light cloud cover, maybe some sun. It's right around midday here we start to see those isolated showers, and there will be thunderstorms within these cells that develop right around noon, 1, 2 p.m., and they continue to develop. Now, I don't think it's an all-day rain. But when you do see rain, it's going to be very heavy at times. I think the threats for tomorrow, even if we keep out of the severe weather threat that we may have for areas to the south, it does look like that threat will be heavy rains and strong winds. And Aaron asked, will there be gusty winds tomorrow with the storm moving through? And I do think that will be our threat. If we can get severe weather, some of these cells will produce heavy rains and strong winds as they move through. That's our biggest threat right now. And quickly I'll go to the SPC outlook, because they have kept our outlook for severe weather just sort of along 94 right now in Kalamazoo, Jackson, and then just south of Detroit. I'm surprised they haven't pushed this farther north. I think there is a chance we do see, again, some stronger storms. So we'll see how they update this. The Storm Prediction Center, they'll update this right around, I think, midnight for day one. It might be a little bit earlier than that. So make sure you're tuning into our morning show where meteorologist Matthew Monroe will be taking a look at this and probably keeping you up to date with any of that severe weather chance in the afternoon, because again, I do think we could see some stronger storms roll in. The environment's not all together, so I think that's why they're keeping it to the south. But no matter what, I think your threat for any storm tomorrow is going to be strong winds, heavy rain. So that's something just have to keep an eye out. Similar to what we saw really all throughout last week was we get these quick storms, they develop, heavy rains, some winds, they move out. It's not an all-day event for our Monday. Again, take it on our hour by hour. 1 p.m., 3 p.m. here, we can see just those showers trying to develop, especially around the Tri-Cities into your thumb, and then really just continue to see development through 7 p.m. By midnight, it does look like that will be the last of our thunderstorm development, and we should be dry by the time we get to about 5 a.m. And then look at that. Clouds start to leave us. We'll have plenty of sunshine for Tuesday, and that continues to be the trend. Now, there has been a signal we may see some very isolated showers wanting to develop midday Tuesday. That chance is really small, and Aaron asked about hail. I think our atmosphere really setting up, if we do get hail, it's going to be pea-sized, pretty small if we do get any hail. Similar to what we had Friday and Thursday for some of those storms that developed, especially down towards Shiawassee County on Friday. Maybe saw some small hail. It was more the downpours and the heavy rain and the quick flooding that was caused by some of those showers last week. I think is probably the biggest concern with these cells for our Monday. This is through Wednesday morning. We're staying dry. We're staying sunny. By 7 a.m. Monday, you should be dry. Now, if I can pull a long-term model here, if I can find one real quick, we'll go beyond Wednesday just to give a sort of a quick preview of the end of the week. But long-term, didn't have that set up, but we'll get to it real quick. So we'll zoom it out to Wednesday. And again, this model is showing maybe a rain chance. Again, I don't know if I really agree with that model. Sometimes that happens. Let's actually load up a different model. This is sort of what we do here at the TV5 First Alert Weather Team. And this is what a lot of meteorologists do. It's sort of looking at what the models give us and saying, hey, does that look right? Because I think the rain chance for Wednesday looks to be small. I think it's going to be mostly Thursday if we do see a rain chance. So real quick, I'm going to load up a different model. You won't be able to see it. I'm actually going to load up Detroit camera real quick while we're loading this. And let's see if I can find something that maybe looks a little bit different, something I sort of agree with in terms of rain coverage for Wednesday. So we'll zoom out here. Yes, I think this one is a little bit better of a representation because, again, some models can be a little bit overactive when it comes to rain chances that we could see. Some can underperform. It's always about just evaluating what you see and what you see in the models and maybe what you think as a meteorologist. So we work as a team here at the TV5 First Alert Weather Team, and we sort of work together to see, okay, when could this rain come in? Maybe it misses us. Maybe we're seeing something the model isn't, because the models don't always read everything just right. So once again, looking at our hour by hour, this is through Thursday actually. We'll back this up. So Wednesday, 6 a.m., not much. Again, maybe there's an isolated rain chance now. Both models are starting to pick up. I think that chance is very small Wednesday. I think if we're going to see a rain chance, it's late Wednesday into Thursday. You can see that cloud cover right there. I think that's really that chance, that cloud cover that develops. That may be that chance of rain for Thursday. But if it's any rain, it's going to be quick. I don't think it's anything that ruins your afternoon, ruins your day, and ruins any 4th of July plans you have, because as we get into Friday, looks to be another dry day. I think a little bit more cloud cover for Friday. So if you like that sun, you may end up losing it by the end of the day Friday. But if you have firework plans or just getting out with friends and family for our Friday, I think it should be good. It looks dry right now. I think our next rain chance after Monday will fall on Saturday and Sunday as we see this sort of system set up. I'm assuming this is associated with a front that moves through the state. So hopefully that's how it plays out. I know Saturday and Sunday still have a lot of plans. And again, that rain chance is still small. A lot of time between now and then. Now, let's take a look at 7-day forecast, just another way to view our next 7 days into our future. Again, rain chances tomorrow, showers, some thunderstorms. Severe weather does look to miss us south or have a tough time developing, but you could still see some stronger storms. Some hail, I think small, but possible. I think our biggest threats tomorrow, heavy rain, strong winds as we get through the afternoon. Tuesday, you have those isolated showers early in the morning. By mid-morning, it should be gone. We'll have sunny skies for Tuesday, sunny skies for Wednesday, keep mostly sunny skies for Thursday and Friday. As we get into next weekend, we do look to have more of those mid-80s with isolated shower chances. And again, things will tweak on and off. If you go over to our website, wnem.com/weather, that is a page where you can get updates from the team here as we get through the week. We always try to keep an updated forecast on that page. So if you miss out on our streams, you miss out on our newscast, you can always go over there. And you can also download our app, our TV5 Storm app on Apple, the Apple Arcade or Apple Play. I don't know what it actually is called. Apple App Store. And then Google Play. Start to mix those up. And that sends you alerts. We always have videos on there. And we also try to keep you updated all the time with the weather happenings around the state. But going to end it here, I want to thank everyone for joining me. We'll take another look down at Detroit. For anyone that's missing that game, maybe you're out traveling, just tuning in. The Tigers are still up 1-0. Skubal, we'll see how he's pitching. I know that's a big thing for a lot of people. He's up to 8 strikeouts in the 3rd inning. So if you haven't tuned into that game, I think you should, because we might be looking at a legendary performance. He hasn't allowed a hit either. I'd probably just jinx that. But 8 strikeouts through 3 innings is pretty good for a pitcher. So again, I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. Again, catch our streams 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, where we always try to keep you up to date from the First Alert Digital Desk.